There's no hey this week, people, but there is faster, stronger, louder, bull, bull, bull.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Oh my
what
God.
is that? It's like,
Did you see
what?
this?
What is that? Let me show you
Britney
what that
dance?
is. Let me show you what that is.
The Britney dance? Oh my God. Crypto is really going crazy now. She can't even dance.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Didn't you see this, Lisa?
No.
250,000 views already.
No, 500,000, mate.
Sellers of Bitcoin Global were 38,250.
Bull, bull, bull.
No.
Smarter, faster, stronger, longer. He hits Bitcoin harder, smarter.
What the? Seriously.
250 because bull.
Lisa, you need to upgrade your game.
No. Please kill me if I ever do this. Like. I'm serious. Like, what the fuck is this?
I've got 500,000 Twitter views so far.
Why?
Brilliant.
Because we are in an industry with a lot of human beings called men, and they all like to watch YouPorn or Pornhub and pay with Verge, but sometimes they also look to Twitter to find these kinds of videos.
Seriously. That's not real, is it?
Yeah.
It is real. I think it's the worst we've ever seen in crypto.
Oh my God.
And that's getting 500,000 views.
Please.
I have no. What is it? Is
my
she trying to be
God.
funny or?
What is she doing? All she needs to say now is "Me love you long time." $5 Bitcoin jiggy. That's all she needs to say. Seriously. It's like she say that at the end? It's like, what the hell?
I think it's all a marketing stunt and a joke because nobody moves that bad. Like it's like.
No, I don't know about. I literally got sent that 5 minutes ago, so it's the first time I've seen it. I had a very quick look at her website. She does hula hoop fitness videos, so all the videos.
Yeah, well, you've all seen me hula hoop.
True.
So it's like,
There you go.
Yeah, in my
But
pajamas.
you didn't say with a very deep, dark voice, bull, bull, bull.
Stronger, harder.
What the hell?
It's really
Oh
this is like.
Yep.
I saw even the CEO of Grayscale. I saw him tweeting, maybe we should hire this Britney dance girl to promote Grayscale even more. It's
No.
but thumbs up for 500 views. She went viral.
She's got 800 YouTube subscribers, but 500,000 views.
Is she like 500,000 views because people are like, what the fuck is this?
Pretty much.
Like,
No, they are not like, what the fuck is this? They are like, I want.
You're lucky your internet froze, Didis.
yeah, exactly. It's like.
Well, look, I mean, it's been look, first off, Lisa, well done. Lisa N. Edwards 1, Crypto Chico 0.
Yeah.
You called it.
I did. No gap.
Yep. And Jordan wants to say, one of our hard forking team for our Wednesday show.
Obviously.
Say thank you. He followed your call. He's up 35%, but he now wants to know if you want to copy trade him.
Probably. It's like...
On that note, guys, thank you to Prime XBT. They've come back and supported us again. So really appreciate that. Thank you, Prime. And Lisa, your my copy trade with you is looking very nice this week. Well done.
It's looking very nice this week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Because you know what? We're not getting the London look. There's no gaps being filled. Or we have got the London
There's
look.
a new gap.
There's a new gap.
Yeah, the new gap just created last Sunday, I think around 11,100. So now everybody's going to scream, you're going to fill that gap.
There's always a gap.
Well,
Yes.
we've got the S&P futures are all pointing to fairly strong opening on those markets in a few hours. So,
Yeah.
well, will we get another Bitcoin and crypto pump in a few hours? What are your thoughts?
We should do.
people?
We should do. The DXY looks like it's in a falling wedge right now, and everything else looks like it's about to explode.
Feels
So,
like
yeah.
that at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah,
On that note, Lisa, should we have a look at some charts?
we should. That's what we're here for. So I'm going to start today with Link, which is everyone on Twitter was telling me when I put this chart up and I had my little star here, and they were telling me, no, Link's going to $5. And I'm like, it didn't. So it's just hit my target today, which I'm very excited about. So first target, which is here, we're at $11.25, and we should hold around here and continue up. So Link has predominantly in the market moved first before Bitcoin has, so it's always a good indicator. It used to be Litecoin. Now it tends to be Link sort of moving off first. So it's looking really good, really strong, and some nice movement here. And yeah, so this brings us into Bitcoin and what we're seeing here. So first target for Bitcoin was smashed through over the weekend. We are currently in the midst of forming a bull flag. So which pretty much looks like this. We've got, well, put some little dotty lines on. So right about now, and we should take off to the second target. So 12,000 is a very, very strong resistance at this point. As I showed you last week, it goes straight across. So from the all-time high straight across, we've got that strong resistance at 12,000. So if my pattern's correct, which is, this is the pattern that I'm trading right now, we should get to 12,000. It should be the B wave and will come plummeting down for this C wave. So I really think that this wave will be one of those massive big tidal waves where it just sort of crashes down. So if we see sort of, you know, it hit this resistance point here and we came down. So we had a 3,000 to 2,000-ish crash in, you know, literally, I think about an hour to half an hour or something. It was massive. So we should have something similar to that. That's what the whales and the exchanges like to do. It takes out all the stops, it takes out all the leverage trades, and it just comes crashing down. So if I was trading, which I am, I've already placed an order. So I've got a couple of orders sort of sitting around the sort of the $10,300 mark. I've got a couple of lower orders for wicks around the $10,100 mark. And they've been waiting there. So exchanges fill orders in orders of when they're placed. So I've had those orders sitting there for probably about 3 to 4 weeks now. And
Lisa, these aren't bear tears right now. These are Sean tears that you're hearing. So just talk me through that again one more time.
okay.
Sean is expecting to lose again.
I'm copy trading you on Prime, but I'm also about placing a few of my own positions here. So
Okay, so we're here.
Slow down.
Slow down. So we're here. We're in this trade at the moment. We're at about 11,300.
Yep.
We should hold around this range. I don't see the drop at the moment being very massive. We're going to continue up to around 12,000 or just under 12,000. I think we won't break through that 12,000 mark. And then we're going to have what I like to call a tidal wave, which is these massive, big, just, you know, really fast, swift drops. And for our C wave, which will sort of take us from 12,000 down to about 10,300-ish. So, you know, we've got that sort of, you know, $1,500 to $1,700 drop. We could even go $2,000 here because, we could go break through down with a wick. So, and that's, not unheard of when the market does have those big sort of crashes. I don't think we've got enough waves as yet to continue through. Stranger things have happened. So at this point, I will be raising stops and not selling in case we do break through. So, that's a strategy that we can often use. If I don't make, if I lose $100 or so per Bitcoin, so be it. But potentially you can gain much more if we're to continue through to say, 13, 14,000, which is another possibility. So, if we have completed this correction here and we're continuing through with our upper target here, 16,000. So potentially the next wave up is about 13,800. So, yeah, so if we have completed the correction and we're going up 13,800. If not, I'll be raising my stop to close to this resistance region here. And I've got some lower orders already placed between 10,100 and 10,300. Again, we're not filling the gap.
Right.
So, yeah.
So as you know, audience, obviously we only do this show on a Monday and things can change at a moment's notice. So make sure you do follow Lisa on Twitter and Didi on his YouTube channel. The links to both of those are below.
Yeah. So Ethereum is moving to perfection. It's like there's lots of Ethereum being bought again at the moment and being moved to Uniswap. If you follow whale calls on Twitter, you'll see all the Ethereum that's getting bought up at the moment and moving across to Uniswap, which really makes me think that we're going into this next major wave. So with alts and with Bitcoin and with Ethereum. So we're seeing that they're holding patterns like in key support regions like Ethereum did here. We held the MAs. We're now above the 100 MA on this 12-hour chart, and we're holding that as support right now. So that should continue up. We'll get this kind of sideways movement here and then continue up to our 400 and sort of 50-ish target on Ethereum for the short sort of period that we're in now. And then, we should get a drop, and we'll probably see, maybe about $100 drop on Ethereum at this point if we don't continue through. So there's two patterns here. So we could continue through on Ethereum and head up to sort of 552, which would be in line with Bitcoin continuing up, or we've got that sharp drop sort of coming. So again, how I'm going to be trading this is I'll just be pushing my stop into profits and hoping it continues up. But if it doesn't continue up, then I'm not going to lose lots of money.
Moving on to Uniswap so they can buy Bonk token, Lisa. Your favorite alt.
Yeah, that's it. So they can pamp it.
Yeah, the guys wanted to extend an invitation to you to join us on our DGen trading show on Wednesdays whenever you like as well.
Yeah, I love that show.
They did very well on Prime, or Jordan did this week, following your calls. Well done. Very
nice, Jordan. So this is our BSV. So again, another chart that's moving in pattern. It's a super slow chart. It doesn't have a lot of volume, but it's still moving to where it needs to move.
A rabbit or a snail?
It's a snail.
A tail.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just drawing random lines on here.
I thought it was a butterfly.
It could turn into a butterfly and take off. It's a snail. How can you not tell that it's a snail?
When's BSV going to take off?
I know, it's a snail. It really
forever.
Yeah, it's so sideways. It's not funny, but it's still in pattern. So it's like, okay. Next, Didi's favorite, XRP. So we've had quite a nice breakout here on XRP. So it's moving strongly. We've had a bull cross here on the MACD. The RSI has broken resistance. It's all looking really good. It's holding support. moving nicely. So
You
when
happy?
XRP is moving nicely, it means the rest of the market is doing wonderfully. So I can see Didis like going, get
I think he
that
threw
off.
up in his mouth, but happy birthday, Garlinghouse. I saw you turn 40. Maybe you can be the second richest man in the world again if Lisa's right.
Yes, I'm trying not to comment.
So Egld, which
I
was
think
our,
XRP should hire this Britney Dancing girl. Then you have
Oh
two
my
shit
God.
pigs together.
Ah,
Sorry.
if is seriously, is that what crypto's coming to? It's like,
Yeah, terrible.
please.
That's why.
It's like,
I'm
Hurry
going
up
to
and
raise
get
my
your
daughters.
movie
Like,
out, Lisa.
yeah.
I just killed myself. Anyway,
Trade of the
Egld,
week.
which was
Trade of
our
the week.
trade of the week last week, is moving nicely on this. We've got a diagonal support that we're moving nicely to. I've moved my stop into profit now, so I'm very happy with this trade right now. If it does go the other way, I'm still in profit, so it's nice. Dot, finally going the right direction. So we've got a falling wedge on Dot. So a lot of people have said, if this is a one wave, how come we've got an A, B, C, D, E? So rule of alternation, which a lot of people forget with Elliott wave, means that if the second wave is extended, then the fourth wave is going to be swift and quick. So we seem to have had a deeper second wave correction. So this fourth wave here, I would say, would be quite shallow and move quite quickly. So that would be in line with everything going into a bull run. So I would say that, you know, we get a shallow retrace and then we're very quickly up to 15 on Dot. So this is really a long-term sort of, you know, trade for me. I'll trade the sort of the larger waves on this one, but I'm not trading all the small waves. So yeah, it's looking amazing. Now Lend has officially changed its ticker on Binance. It's now AAVE. They changed the ticker a while ago, but Binance and a few of the other exchanges were very slow in moving that across. So it's officially changed. We are just about to break out of this wedge at the moment. It's a little bit slow, but there's a few things that are happening with it. So I think once everyone kind of works out the ticker's changed on Binance and that, you know, it's moving nicely. As far as I know, it's been taken off the US version of Binance. So if you are a US citizen or in those regions, I'm not really sure if you can trade AAVE or Lend.
You're not allowed to do anything if you're a US citizen, from what I can tell.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure some
Stay at
people were
home.
saying that it's disappeared.
Don't make any investments. You're not allowed to.
Yeah.
You got to be a billionaire, apparently.
Yeah, this one's apparently too risky for Americans. So yeah,
we should maybe touch on the way we see things shaping up on these on the regulation front shortly and how it's going to affect Bitcoin. But
yeah,
stay with charts for now.
So KSM is moving nicely. It's had a falling wedge as well in this region. So we had a strong support here. We're retesting this at the moment. So for me, this is a strong buy in this region. I would be buying anything down to about 29, maybe 28.5 in case it drops a little bit lower.
Not financial advice, people, especially if you're a US.
This is me. I'm buying. I'm buying. This is just what I'm doing. I don't care what anyone else does. So, because I always trade with the stop loss. So, which has been a bit dangerous at the moment because it's been hit a fair bit. So.
You follow this one quite closely, don't you?
I do. Kasama's like the chain for Dot. So, you know, this is quite pivotal for all of the Polkadot projects and everything moving forward. So for me, this there's a couple of projects that I like to keep an eye on. Chainx is another one on the Dot project. And yeah, there's just so many things sort of popping up on Polkadot. So it's really something to watch. And it's, you know, it's by Gavin Wood, who was Ethereum. And, you know, as you know, I've said here 2.0 is going to take forever, and I really think DOT's going to take over from that. It does everything that 2.0 can do and more.
Well,
So,
it might.
yeah,
It might.
my,
It might.
it will. It will. I have faith.
Again, no financial advice. But
Yeah,
still
no,
it is.
I like I said, I have faith. It's
Yeah.
like what everyone else does doesn't matter. So
Your own research.
do your own research. This is COTI. So this is another Binance one. So it also had a falling wedge. It's broken out today. It's looking really good for these upper targets. We've retested the wedge and we are going to take off. So all the alts are really starting to look really nice at the moment and really start to move. So COTI is my trade of the week. And, you know,
Okay.
not financial advice, but I'm buying it. I've bought it. It's like,
So, I mean, I love both your thoughts. I mean, obviously, you always hear this phrase "alt season." You know, some of these are now sort of 80% down on their highs from August. How do we tell when? What are the indicators you look for another alt run or season? Obviously, Bitcoin's really looking strong. I think Ethereum seems pretty well poised as well. But how would you go about assessing another sort of spurt in the alts? I mean, the narrative in the past has been if Bitcoin's pumping, the alts bleed out. But
well, it depends on dominance. So, you know, it depends on how much dominance is sort of pulling away from the total market cap. And right now, I'll go back to sharing my screen. So if we have a quick look at the total market cap, we're heading up to this halfway mark again, which again, this is following the BTC chart as well. So, you know, when BTC hits that $12,000 mark, the total market cap's going to hit the halfway mark and it's going to come down and correct. So I just don't see it breaking through. It's going to go a little bit sideways, the same as Bitcoin's going to go sideways. We've seen some crazy spikes on this and TradingView keep cleaning it up. So every day I look and there's crazy like test spikes on this, you know, Bitcoin dominance chart. And then it's, you know, been massively cleaned up. So we had a spike that I tried to show you last week that they'd already cleaned up, which went to 274, which was crazy. And then the next day it went to 80. It's both times it's been cleaned up. So right now we're in this kind of sideways pattern. As long as we stay in this sort of region, we've got a nice channel that's sort of formed here. As long as we sort of trade in this channel, I think alts are going to go crazy because, you know, we're sort of around the sort of 59 to 62 mark in Bitcoin dominance. And it's a really good region for Bitcoin to be with alts sort of, you know, being able to have 40% of the market and to move off.
Yep. Yeah, interesting times. I mean, to me, it really feels like the regulators are looking at a number of these things, though, which ultimately I think is very bullish for Bitcoin. Clearly, we're seeing the institutions come in, and it feels like they're trying to clean up the landscape for Bitcoin to be an asset that, you know, the pension funds, etc., are coming into. So interesting times. Didi.
Yeah, well, we had all the BitMEX.
I think there's more to come on that sort of front, though, isn't there?
Yeah. So, you know, Arthur, Ben, all of them have all had, you know, to stand down. They've all, you know, for now, it doesn't say that it's a permanent thing. So, you know, they've stood down from their CEO positions and their COO positions within BitMEX and within 100 times, like, you know, those businesses, those exchange businesses, while, you know, they've had arrest warrants and that sort of thing. And it's, you know, so that's big news. But crypto's not regulated. So this is the same thing that I say all the time. So it's the same thing that they're going after Tether, and it's like, you know, fair enough. They probably had American citizens. They weren't doing everything they needed to do. They were given a time frame that they needed to do that. They put out that, you know, they're going to do KYC by the 28th of February in 2021. So as far as I'm concerned, we've got time for this market to grow and to continue moving forward. So, yeah.
Not financial advice for me, but we've been saying this for years. We want the little person to have some Bitcoin.
That's my dog.
And a dog that doesn't bark. That happened.
Yeah, she's like,
The dog is not agreeing. The dog is not agreeing with all these KYC.
No, the dog is giving financial advice. The dog
yeah, she's like, get out.
That's some Bitcoin. Hurry up. There's still time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Didi, tell us about your week and what you consider the big news.
No, just I had another really beautiful week. A lot of things going on at the moment. We launched our own family token, and some news about that in the future. But it's going to be really cool. We are now giving them away now to people that support the YouTube channel and everything. And I even hidden one like as a QR code in one of the videos, like making a treasure hunt that if people watch the video, they can scan the QR code and they get some family tokens. Well, we have been talking to some really cool companies, and it's not financial advice, but I think some really cool things are going to happen with the family token. Yes, I'm chilling my own project now.
No, I'm laughing at the not financial advice. Like,
yeah, it is, but it's. I think it's going to be awesome. What we are going to do with that one over there, and the rest, John. You know, I can only see Bitcoin going up from here, you know, and yes, of course, we will have some ups and downs and small things here, but, you know, if companies like Square invest 50 million and Grayscale is investing 450 million and other ones are investing 60 million, and, you know,
and Green Fitness is making great videos to promote our space.
And promote all these guys. It's you know, more and more of these huge companies are going to lead, are going to lead by example, you know. If this guy Jack from Twitter, Jack is going
dancing girls.
No, by buying shitloads of, you know, it's Lisa, you know the best, and Sean, you know the best as well. It's all a game of supply and demand. And the more these huge companies like Grayscale and Square, and Jack is tweeting his Bitcoin thing at Twitter with millions of followers, and now even the biggest. One of the biggest producers in the music scene. He's producing the videos for all these big R&B stars like Cardi B, and so even he's stepping into Bitcoin now. If these guys step into Bitcoin, they step into Bitcoin for the long term, which means that the supply of Bitcoin is going to decrease because Grayscale and all these companies, they are going to hold their Bitcoin for the next couple of years. They are going to ride this bull. So when the supply is decreasing, the demand is increasing because Britney is dancing the crazy sexy dance on Twitter, so that increases the demand.
I don't get how that's sexy. How is that sexy?
She makes fitness videos with hula hoops. I don't know how on earth she says. I just had a quick look at it before we showed.
She got paid, man.
That's her thing. She appears to have been doing that for a while. She says she's a Bitcoin hodler. She's made a video about that guy from microfinance that bought a bunch of Bitcoin. It's an odd one, but let's get her on the show.
You need to get her on the show because, you know, it's. I think it's entertainment, you know, and I think the industry is about entertainment. So we need to embrace it, but we also need to criticize it when they if they want to try to make a sex industry out of it, you know, then just put your videos on Pornhub and ask Verge as a payment. You know, it's that easy. Don't do it on Twitter and monetize your sexiness.
I don't know. Maybe she did it and she was getting paid BAT or something. Like she's got it on Brave. You know,
I think she's paid by the company that she's singing about, man.
Microfinance.
They just it's a marketing stuff. You can see her website.
It's probably. I would imagine it's some of them having a bit of a giggle, surely. But
it's a marketing stuff. If you look into our website, it just says the first linear already says, if you can help me, you can become part of the Britney dance show. You can become a supporter, and there's all the Bitcoin wallets you can send her Bitcoins to.
Well,
you know,
if it is them, and look, I mean, the thing's got 500,000 views on Twitter.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So fair play.
But if it's again, thumbs up for a woman to use their body for selling bitcoins.
How have you been promoting Bitcoin this week, Diddy? Have you had some more people come up and tap you on the shoulder driving around in your Prime XBT Bitcoin vehicle?
Yeah, it's people are noticing the car and they are asking about the car. I always try to park it just in front of a restaurant and where I go for dinner, because you get this question: why this huge? Are you selling Bitcoin? No, I'm not selling it. I try to educate you guys to start to accept it. And then you get this discussion and this talk, and they all understand now that they just need a QR code, nothing else. It's a telephone and a QR code, and they put it there and people can pay it. And so I try slowly on a very small scale to educate those people, and in the bigger scale, still doing my thing. Creating the YouTube videos, trying to reach as much as possible people in interesting stuff like news articles and everything. Again, I was contacted last week by an American company this week from LA. They're going to make a huge Bitcoin documentary, or they are selling it, already sold it to Prime or Netflix, one of those two. And they wanted me to be part of it as well. So we are discussing that. So like Brittany,
I've been trying to do that for years.
Yeah, Sean, I know, but these guys tell me they already sold it. I don't know. It's this industry, like it's in entertainment. People dancing for Bitcoin, people shouting, "We sold already."
Yeah, but that's why they need people like us who are actually in the space and making content to be part of these sort of productions. Otherwise, it goes in the wrong direction, the wrong message.
Yeah, but I think that
you're involved in it.
But I think we also need to make sure that we are not being disrupted again by the thing that made us big. So that's happening. Like if you look in history, the thing that makes people big also kills the people afterwards. So YouTube made the whole crypto industry big by a centralized version of commerce, because YouTube was made money by posting Bitcoin videos. But at the moment, last week, again, 3 or 4 big YouTubers just, the channels were just taken off again, Da Vinci and all of these guys. So they keep, we as a community also need to slowly evolve to this new model where we can monetize our videos and where we educate people. Look,
Didi, you do it well. I know how much time and effort you put into your videos. Obviously, Lisa is probably going to make the biggest splash of anyone when she gets a movie out there. Yeah. I started. You and your family were my first video, and I was trying to bring that, those high production values cross over into a mainstream. It still frustrates me though. I don't want to start ranting on this, but I'm probably about to. But within the industry, it still feels like when you see those dogs in Copenhagen all attack each other, that still sort of feels like what's happening to a large degree within crypto and the different communities and the different media. There's no support of each other. There's no great funding. We haven't really sort of as an industry produced a lot of good documentaries. So it frustrates me when I hear an external production company maybe coming in, they've already sold it to a Netflix. Yes, if they're crypto people, great. But we haven't really put out a lot of great content to bring in the mass market as an industry working together. It's more of, like Peter McCormick, who runs around abusing everyone and building his brand by calling everyone a cunt.
No, but Sean, we discussed this many times, and what I see happening is even getting to go worse. Because if I read,
it is. That's my point.
If I read that there is a movie being made about OneCoin and Kate Winslet is going to be the main role, this is not going to be a positive movie for us. This is not going to put Bitcoin on the. This will be a movie that will put Bitcoin as a scam.
I don't know. Have you seen the documentary on OneCoin? So, her brother's in jail. She's gone missing. She's probably chopped up in pieces. And, when all of the news broke that, OneCoin was a scam and that it was, it's still around and it's still getting developed. And so it can't be that much of a scam. But, it came out that she had Instagram, like kind of 50 Shades of Grey sort of version, where she was like in a dungeon with young guys all tied up in these Instagram photos. So I don't know if that was her or if that was staged or
Super quick question on OneCoin. I remember when we were in Thailand, Didi, the marketing manager supposedly wandered into the resort where we were one night, but I had never heard of OneCoin. And it just never came on my radar in crypto. I never saw it on an extent. Never thought of. Was it something you were aware of? I sort of heard about it after the fact.
No, I've been trading it for years on and off.
Really?
So yeah, it moves quite well. So yeah.
I'd never heard of it.
Do you see the trend? Lisa is trading all of these coins that, you know, where people end up in dungeons and
maybe that's just all of crypto.
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Maybe everyone in crypto ends up in dungeons.
Yeah, but it's like, you know,
I've never been in a dungeon. So there.
I think McAfee ended up in a dungeon as well, though.
Wow.
Well, he said it was a Hilton.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? You know, it's like.
What's the latest on that? I mean, that guy's one hell of a character.
Yes, but it's also entertainment. You know, and like you all know, the negative and positive and promotion is promotion.
Tax evasion?
I think he is in jail.
In Spain.
Yeah, he's in jail. He got picked up in Spain.
No, in the States.
Yeah.
They've already moved.
Have they deported him already? Because he was in Europe. He got picked up in Europe.
He was picked up in Spain, but as far as I saw in an article today, he's in jail already in the States, and he's seeing it as a Hilton holiday. He's like laughing about the jail time.
Oh, really? He's actually posting.
Yeah, he's posting, but he's sentenced.
But he doesn't post though. He's got interns that post on his behalf. So both of them do. They don't actually use Twitter apparently. Yeah. So
I think he's
that's
sentenced
what it was
because
said.
of shilling the ICOs. You know, he made $25 million because of shilling ICOs.
Yeah, but the ICOs that he was shilling, I believe he's an American citizen. I'm not 100% sure if he's renounced that or whatever. So, you know, they were not legal in America. So it's a lot of ICOs are not legal to participate in America. They, you know, they have to be certain regulations and everything like that. So, you know, what he was doing, he wasn't disclosing that he was getting paid by the ICO companies as well, that, you know, they were paying him to shill this stuff. So that's actually illegal in America as well.
Can I ask you both something? So if we look at America still is like doing all this KYC, this regulation.
Yeah.
And if you zoom out then to the macroeconomics, isn't it not like really clear that China is now taking over because they are doing like giveaways of the digital yuan, you know? They are just giving away to promote their digital cryptocurrency, and America is fighting all this. So I think China is going to take over this. You know, they are already the biggest Bitcoin miners and everything. They are going to
China's got the miners and they've got that sort of dominance, but the traders and the retail market is all America. So if you look at the charts of where everyone comes from, all the trading and the retail is America. So you need that market. Yeah, it's quite a dominant market. So it's about 65% of the entire market, which is huge.
Is that of the US?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
which is of course really strange.
Yeah, Maggie sent me those charts. So it's like if those statistics are wrong, it's Maggie.
Yeah, I always thought the bulk of the trading came out of Asia.
No, I think on that chart it was about 25%. So the bulk of it came out of USA, Canada, and those sort of regions.
But you don't know who Maggie is, people. Maggie is one of the HardForking team. She's going to be on the show later in the week talking about her new passion for eggs on Axie Infinity.
Oh my goodness!
But that is exactly what I'm saying. At the moment, it is like this, Lisa. But if these Chinese governments are now promoting cryptocurrency by giving away, it's a government giving away the digital yuan, 1.5 million. You know,
but
then
yeah,
maybe
they're
it will
not
shift
promoting.
And they will take over everything.
They're not promoting Bitcoin though. So
but
you know,
they
while they're mining it,
positive.
they're in other stuff. They're in like, you know, Link and other crypto.
The way it feels to me is that the US regulators have realized, okay, you can't switch Bitcoin off. We've obviously seen the institutions come into the market, hence my narrative trying to, not financial advice, but to get the average person to actually.
How many times are you going to say that today?
We're ending up in another scenario where
it's true, not financial advice.
We should.
It is financial advice. Buy Bitcoin.
Buy Bitcoin. It's like,
I've been crushed. I've been saying buy Bitcoin for 4 years. So if you're going to arrest me for telling people that, just fucking do it, then, all right?
Fuck it. Arrest me. Take me into jail.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sorry.
Well,
you know
I don't tell. Anyone else can do whatever they want to. I'm buying Bitcoin and I'm buying cryptocurrency. So whatever you want to do, just do it.
I'm buying Bitcoin too.
Sean,
you buying Bitcoin?
Yeah, I bought a lot of Bitcoin and I'm still buying Bitcoin.
Apparently you sold everything you had for it. So yeah.
Yeah. But you know what really cool is? All the Norwegian people are also small buying. They are buying Bitcoin while they don't know. MicroStrategy, they bought 450,000 Bitcoins, but 2%.
We know. We just saw their video.
What?
That girl.
Oh, no. No, but like the Norwegian government owns 2% of MicroStrategy.
Oh, really?
So the Norwegian government's pension fund owns 2% of MicroStrategy. So everybody.
That's where I was going with that chain of thought. To me, we're seeing this market mature now. It is a case. I think the regulators have realized we want to be able to come into this asset, the speculative store of value, and turn it into a store of value effectively. So yeah, the opportunity is still there. I think the price of Bitcoin really could go through the absolute roof.
Okay, I'm going to give financial advice. Make sure you have one Bitcoin.
Or 32 ETH.
Both. You haven't seen that show? Wednesdays, people, one Bitcoin, 32 ETH. Good show.
I love that show.
Do you watch it, Didi?
Yeah, I saw it. I love the images, and I don't know who's editing that video.
Guess who we interviewed this weekend? Lisa,
this weekend.
Your brother's best friend, Lisa, Richard Hart.
Oh my goodness. He's a crazy man. He's a crazy man.
Very interesting interview. That's this Wednesday. Check it out.
That would be almost as interesting as interviewing John McAfee.
We have. Didi and I interviewed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for John. I think he's one of the more amusing. He's a pop icon. I think it sucks to be put in a cage for a guy like that at his age and for tax evasion.
Well, pay your taxes, people.
Got to be more to it than that.
No, you're not paying your taxes, Didi.
Didi, don't say that on camera. Just don't.
Yeah, he's going to go arrested. It's like, no, pay your taxes, Didi.
We are so poor.
I'm giving you financial advice, Didi. Pay your taxes.
I will give you financial advice. If you're if you're so poor that you can't pay taxes, you never have to pay taxes.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
You know what? If you're paying taxes, it means you're making money. Seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, if you're paying taxes, it means you're supporting the government that is destroying your lives. So that's no financial advice.
Well, it's not like they're destroying your life. You're not the one in lockdown.
That's because I'm not.
You actually look very happy at the moment, Didi. You look very happy. You're enjoying Portugal.
I enjoy Portugal very much because of the taxes. 0% tax on Bitcoin. So this country really understands the fundamentals of the new evolution into the new monetary system.
Same in Singapore.
Yeah. So it's there are a few places.
What about Australia, Lisa? What's the deal?
No, it's really expensive.
That's one of the most taxed countries on earth, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I pay to be in lockdown.
Do you also pay on your trades? Do you pay taxes on your trades, on your profits?
Yeah.
Is it like 20%, 50%, 100%?
It depends on what tax bracket you go into. So yeah, like I run it through a company, so it's structured a little bit differently. So yeah.
But it can run up to as high as?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my accountant. I don't know.
Okay.
He
So
does
how
that.
is the-
I don't do that. It's like, you know, some of it I run through a superannuation fund. Other stuff I run through like personal. I've got, you know, I've said on Twitter before, I have several different ways of trading. So I've got long-term trades. I've got, you know, sort of day trades. And then when I get time, I have scalp trades. So yeah, a lot of, you know, one of the accounts is just for my expenses. The long-term one, I might, you know, I'll move the sort of the bigger moves. But yeah, so it's not moving all the time.
But there's not an average rule. Like in Germany, for example, there is a rule now, if you don't touch the crypto for over a year, you don't pay taxes. And if you trade the crypto, then you pay like 40% taxes on the profit or something.
Wow. 40% is huge.
Any predictions from you two on how you think regulators are going to, what do you think's next? I mean, obviously we've had, you know, Arthur Hayes and BitMEX, we've had the FSA out of the UK, so no more derivative trading for our POMI friends as of February, I think. Where do you think we're going? I mean, I'm hearing a lot of rumors about them having a close look at the DeFi space and how they're going to regulate that. What do you think's on the horizon?
Yeah, I've seen a lot on the DeFi space. I've seen a lot on trying to regulate the DEX exchanges and that sort of thing. And I'm not really sure how they will go about that. So, and, you know, considering that they're connecting to wallets and they're, you know, it's a completely different way of trading. Yeah, so it's going to be a very hard market to, you know, really regulate. Especially when you can create your own coin.
Most people just don't understand it. I think regulating it and really trying for them to, you know, obviously a lot of these rules out of the US are designed to supposedly protect the consumer. Whether or not the consumer needs to be treated like a child is questionable. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Bitcoin is going to go from strength to strength. Clearly the US institutions want to come and play that game. And therefore they're putting regulation around it.
I think in the future, Sean, you will have both of the markets. Again, same like now we have the money, you know, the official one, and you have the black money, the money that is not like registered. And in the future, we will have
He's cooking up.
Other things that grew tremendously, like internet, grew because of the usage by criminals and all these people, because they outsmart governments like always. So I think the creative people will outsmart this again. And I think if they are going to have stricter regulations on all the DEXs, there will be an evolution in these DEXs that they really can't be regulated. It's a good question to ask, which DEX is really decentralized? Which one we can't reach the programmers, which one we can't reach the CEO, which one we really can't touch, just like you know the Bitcoin protocol. So which DEX is really decentralized and unstoppable? And the first DEX that really will be decentralized and unstoppable will be the DEX that a huge part of the market is moving to as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, even the privacy coin space is a fascinating one. To me, it's always been a little bit boring because there's not a lot that's happened there. You sort of hear that narrative, and Monero is actually what people thought they were getting when they were buying Bitcoin. But surprisingly, the privacy coins have actually, if you look at their price appreciation over the last week or two, they've really been sort of top 10 actually in price movement. I don't know whether there's any correlation around.
Well, there was a lot of sort of media on those saying, you know, that regulators were coming in and they were going to sort of, you know, try and stop that happening. So it's actually gone the opposite way, which has been interesting. So, yeah.
True.
Let's see how it goes. But in the far future, that's the last thing I want to say. Sorry, but I think in the far future, Sean, this whole social money industry is going to be huge. I think as soon that brands, communities are going to start to have their own social money, I can see it happening here in Portugal. You have these communities of families buying villages because they are like these run-out villages, and then they buy them. And as soon as they are possible, it's possible for them to create their own currency of this village. and they are going to use it to spend at the grocery, at the pharmacy, and reward each other in this currency. And more villages are going to do this and inter-exchange these social currencies with each other. And
You're
create
starting
a new
Didi land,
structure.
aren't you, in Portugal? Is that what you're doing? You're going to buy a village?
There's a disclaimer, I cannot say anything.
I'd move to Didi land.
There will be a lot of dungeons, huge green candles,
Goodness.
and some other stuff.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes, on that note, people,
Yes.
wonderful to see you both back here on a Monday. I really do love chatting to the two of you. Been a pretty good week,
Both
isn't
been
it?
nice to me today.
Sorry about that. Yeah, we might have been a little insensitive last week.
No, you're
We will-
not. All right, can I
we
just
will
say
still-
thank you, Kathy, for having words to Sean and smacking his bum.
My mum told me off about our last show, Didi.
So Sean got smacked again. Wow. Hey.
I get smacked a lot. I really
Yeah.
did. Poor me. Poor me. Had a pretty good week, though. Apart from the fact that construction's now happened right outside my bedroom.
Nice.
A skill saw and a jackhammer. It's great.
Yeah, that's always awesome.
It doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon either.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's gonna follow you now forever. Now that you've said
You know,
that
I
you
want
love
the
it so
lockdown to
much.
start again, so everyone has
Yeah.
to go home, put tools down. Stop.
Yeah.
So, any final comments for the people? What do you think the week's got ahead?
It's a good looking week. I think we might see a little bit of sideways, today, tomorrow, and then we'll start moving on over the next, sort of week and going up, 12K, watch that region. I'll be pushing stop losses up. I won't be selling and seeing what we're doing, seeing if we can push through and, head towards 14K, or if we've got one more drop down to 10-ish. And I've got some orders waiting.
You're pretty much just saying do the opposite of whatever Crypto Chico tells you to do, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So if he says buy, please sell. No, only joking.
Fill that gap, Chico. Fill it.
He's not going to fill the gap.
Final comments.
I'm just filling gaps all the day, and trying to enjoy life, trying to follow some trading strategies here and there in Prime XBT. I'm copy trading there as well, of course. The only question I have to Lisa, if she wants to end up, because if we reach 12K and we fall back to 10K, can people expect the alts to fall again with 50%? Should they step out of the
I don't
alts
think
when
that I don't think they're going to fall 50%, but we will get a drop in the alts. So if Bitcoin does drop, we are going to get a correction in the alts.
So sell your Bitcoin, sell your alts around 12K, and then buy
Well,
back.
I'm not telling anyone to sell. What I'm doing is I'm pushing my stops into profit.
Okay.
So, and if we do drop down, then that's how I'm going to play it.
Very
That's-
good.
That's all, Sean.
That is all good. So links below, people. Obviously, I think we've got a very interesting week coming up. You can follow Lisa on the daily on Twitter. Strongly recommend Didi's content. I watch it on the daily. Link below to that. Coming up on this channel, we have got our Wednesday show, 1 Bitcoin and 32 ETH. We'll be looking at Hex and talking to Richard Hart this week. And we've also got one of the guys that impresses me most in the space, Simon Dixon, is with us later in the week as well. So smash those likes. Don't smash the likes. I don't give a fuck. Just subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel.
No, smash the likes, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notifications.
And please leave a comment.
Yeah, leave nice comments. I love you guys. I think you're awesome. It's like you're my favorite show.
I know you do, Lisa. You reply to, so do you, Didi. I see you really engage with your audiences.
That's the only way to build an audience.
Right,
You show them love. They give you love in return.
Yes. Next
Yeah.
week, Lisa. Next week we want a song, Bull, Bull, Bull. You with a hula hoop. And
No, I'm not. No songs for me. I've got script edits. I had a 2-hour meeting. I've tagged Janet in if anyone wants to follow her. She's an amazing Hollywood producer, and she works for Lawrence Bender Productions. And Lawrence Bender has produced all the Quentin Tarantino movies. He's an amazing producer. So Janet's like the pinnacle of producers, and I get to work with her on Coin Runners, and she has made Coin Runners this amazing film, and it's so funny now. It's like,
is she casting the film?
No, she's a producer, so she's not casting director.
Who do I need to suck up to actually be in the movie?
Probably me. Are you gonna play yourself, Sean? Yeah, so I've written Adam into the film, and he needs to come back into my life to be, or else I'm going to change his name. It's like, sorry.
Balls in your court, Adam.
I would change it, the name.
You're going to change it? Are you going to change it? I have to find myself new. Those scenes that I've written him in are the funniest scenes ever. It's like, oh my God, they're so good. I have him doing stupid stuff. Yeah. So it's going to be a fun movie.
Have you read the script?
No, I received the script last week, so I need to make and find some time to read the whole script. It was a lot of pages, so I am looking forward to read it and then see the movie as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we'll see you all back here next Wednesday. Thank you so much for your time, you two. Lots of knowledge and lots of fun as always. Thank you to everyone that watched. Please let your friends know about us. And we'll see you here next Monday.
Say hi to your mum for me.
Bye-bye.
See you later.